Hi there, Virgo. Thank you so very much for tuning in. This is your mid-September reading. Of course, energy is fluid. It may permeate a little before the 15th, a little after the 30th, 31st. But without further ado, Virgo, let us get started here. I was meditating on your energy before we turned on the camera, and I was, very, very interesting. Okay. I was hearing durability. There's something to do with durability. I'm hearing the durability of stance, okay, and momentum. And I just intuitively split the deck here, and this Temperance card, which sits right atop the main stack, face up, is so sticky. Okay, there's a stickiness with this energy here. So we'll set that aside, absolutely. But there's something that you are coming down to as it pertains to I'm hearing your morals, your values. What it is that has rung true for you is now very clear. Very, very clear. And it may have to do with, okay, I'm hearing for a number of you, the momentum of spirit. Okay, as that manifests in the third dimension, there's a component here that has to do perhaps with the physical dimension, the financial realm, the career professional front, okay, for a number of you, and or an individual who has a lot of earth in their chart, someone who is a professional, so to speak, okay, who may be involved with, I'm hearing a corporation for a number of you. Now, I'm hearing corporate assets for a number of you. I just sort of intuitively split the deck here, and these are the cards that trickled out from beneath the Temperance card. And you have here the Father of Pentacles, upright, overlaying the Ace of Wands, upright, overlaying the Nine of Cups, upright. Okay, and then we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, Eight of Wands, but I said Swords almost, so we'll heed that. You have an 8 and a 9. Okay, an 8 and a 9. And what I'm getting here for you, Virgo, is that I'm hearing stand tall. There's a certain situation, perhaps, that you've had so much patience with. So much patience with. And it's now is the time, I'm hearing not to endure it any longer, but to stand tall. I'm hearing for it. I'm hearing for the pleasure of it. However that may resonate with you, Virgo. I'm hearing Sagittarius for you and Capricorn as well, so there may be some overlay there. All right. But there's absolutely some sort of, as I'm getting it, some sort of recognition, understanding that comes by way of the clarity that you align with as it pertains to matters of the physical, material, tangible world. I'm hearing somebody has a bright idea. Bright idea. Okay, now at the base of the deck we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, Cups, water, sitting at the base, right over these two other cards here. We have the Two of Cups upright and the Sun in reverse. Okay, now the way that I laid these cards out was in such a way where the Four of Cups is sitting right face up, and these two, the Two of Cups and the Sun, are face down. Right. So there is a focus here on coming to terms with the emotional story that compels us to seek out this change, this transformation. And I'm getting stand tall yet again, stand tall in whatever matter has confounded you in a certain way, has tested your emotional durability. You're now recognizing nobody's going to save me. It's a matter of me transforming my thoughts, the way that I perceive, the way that I've engaged this emotional, I'm hearing for a number of you, dichotomy, and I'm hearing rationalization. So the interplay between our emotionalism, okay, our emotional sense of satisfaction, and the sort of propensity to think our way through what, in a certain sense, we expect to give us a sense of emotional satisfaction. You're coming head to head with those. I'm hearing those terms, and I'm hearing those conditions. So there's a clarity here. Whatever this change is, you have the Eight of Wands, but I'm feeling for you that whatever the change is here that's coming through, it is stimulated by this emotional clarity. That I'm getting you've known, I'm hearing acknowledgement in hiding. Okay, so there's an acknowledgement. Okay, there's an awareness of the way that we felt, and it's I'm hearing the crux, and I'm hearing the cookie, whatever that may mean to you, is not a matter of the change of the emotions, how we emotionally feel about something. It is rather the perception of those emotions that remain constant, that have only accumulated as I'm feeling it for you. And you have the Nine of Cups mirroring the Father of Pentacles right next to the Ace of Wands. So this change, yet again, is by way of, as I'm getting it for you, a number of you, your own doing. Now, if you are involved with an individual Father of Pentacles, okay, one who is either, I'm hearing a financial source, okay, or perhaps even a financial counseling, I'm getting that for a number of you. This individual compels I'm hearing somebody has a bright idea, gives you this just the stimulus to capacitate the change on your own terms. Okay, now, but they clarify something, but perhaps not in the way that is clear, not in the way that, let's say, they are, I'm hearing, signed up to do. Right? It's like, the way I'm feeling it is like this, Virgo. It's like, let's say you're involved with a certain financial advisor, okay, and you go to them for seeking some sort of financial assistance, okay, or even advice. And so you are in, right, communication with them, and what happens through that communication, that period of communication, I'm hearing momentary communication, is not a surfacing of, I'm hearing desire, is not a surfacing of the clarity of intentions, but the stimulus, the stimulant of you, and what it is that you, that you see for yourself in the situation that you've gone to them for. Okay, so it's almost as if they bring you full circle with yourself. And yet again, it's not, I feel that it's not conscious. Okay, it's not that the Father of Pentacles, right? It's almost energetic. Virgo, it's energetic. Okay, and I'm hearing they carrying the weight. Now, the Two of Cups and the Sun here. This may have to do with, I'm hearing for a number of you, financial partnership. Now, this energy is very, very similar to the Gemini reading. Okay, very similar to the Gemini reading, in that there is a focus on partnerships, okay, and or simply the emotional realm, okay, of emotional satisfaction, what we deem to give us a sense of emotional satisfaction. I'm getting that you've been involved in a certain situation, partnership, relationship for a number of you that almost came with a promise. I'm hearing a promise that turned into a sort of surprise. Okay, so if we think about a promise is, right, setting a foundation of expectation. Right? And over time, through time, as I'm feeling it for you, Virgo, it's almost like I'm hearing the terms were not quite clear. And so in this partnership, in this collaborative sort of effort, I'm hearing coming so soon. There's the recognition that it doesn't completely satisfy you and who you thought that you were when, right, I'm hearing this agreement was set, So there's something about transformation of character, the recognition not only, right, of what you've been working with, what you've been dealing with, who you've been dealing with, and how, but, right, also your emotional reality. Through that, I'm seeing it for what it is, seeing it for what it has been. So the way I'm getting it, it's not that the situation is changing. It's not that the emotions are changing. It is that your perception is changing. And you are recognizing everything that has been, everyone who's been involved, and your dynamic with it all in a way that you've understood since the very beginning. But now is I'm hearing the moment to act on it, on these emotions, on this emotional reality, because there's the recognition that I'm hearing it only goes up from here. Right? There's this accumulation, okay, of this feeling. And so it's the siding with this feeling, Virgo, that I feel that brings you to a point of, I'm hearing exchange of clarity here, and it may be conversational for a number of you. Let us do a quick Celtic cross here to get a sense for how these energies will move through the end of the month. Interesting. Okay. Let's set those aside. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. In fact, Gemini pulled these two cards. There is overlap with Gemini, and I'm hearing Aries as well for you. So whatever that may mean to you, let us, okay, pulling out in duplicates here. Very interesting. All right. I'm hearing revolution of spirit. Now, I'll read off all the cards off to you, and then we will interpret them. The Father of Cups upright in your deep past. The Tower in reverse in your recent past. The Seven of Wands in reverse in your energetic pathway that leads you into your current state of the Daughter of Pentacles upright. You have the Five of Cups in reverse in the advice position. You have the Six of Wands in reverse, the Mother of Wands in reverse, both in your environmental position. You have the Ten of Wands in reverse in your energetic pathway that leads you into your final outcome of the Two of Pentacles in reverse and the Chariot in reverse. A lot of overlap, a lot of overlap with Gemini. Okay, tremendous overlap with Gemini. Okay, and I'm hearing Aries for you strongly, Virgo. Aries coming through, especially as it pertains to perhaps partnership. Six of Cups. I'm feeling Aries energy very strongly with the Six of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, now you have the Magician in reverse. In your near future, you have Justice, okay, and the Devil, both in reverse in your hopes and or fears. Okay, and I pulled these two cards right from the base of the deck, and I was compelled to place them far, far away from the rest of your cards, so we'll heed that. So Three of Wands in reverse and the Son of Cups upright. And we have here the Eight of Cups in reverse, the Father of Wands upright. Gemini pulled these very two cards. These two cards are sticky, Virgo, sticky. Okay, like there is some sort of, it's like a staying up at night sort of wired feeling between them. Okay, it's like a magnetism, but it's almost like a borderline of like an obsession. That's what I'm feeling with these two cards, the Eight of Cups and the Father of Wands. So, but it's almost as if, okay, take a very close look. The Father of Wands is almost guarding, okay, this Eight of Cups in reverse. So we will heed that. At the very base of your deck, you have the Two of Swords in reverse. And when I had placed the major stack right at the side of the spread here, it almost split into two, and part of it slid off with the Two of Cups peeking out. So we see the Two of Cups again and again over the Sun in reverse. So you have two twos, somewhat mirroring one another, and you have actually three twos. You have the Two of Pentacles as well in your future state. So let us tune in here. I'm hearing making room for growth. Making room for growth. Virgo, I'm hearing Taurus for you at this point in time. I'm getting that you are, it's like you're casting everything aside. You're like, I'm no longer a caterpillar. Like, I need to break out of the cocoon now. And that may mean that I need to set my distance. Okay, and I'm hearing, and set my course in relation to the places, the people, the things that I once knew and I once held close, I'm hearing. Physically, specifically in the third dimension. And this may be, right, an individual, okay, who, for a number of you, is of the fire element, for a very, very small number of you. Okay, but in general, as I'm feeling it for you, Virgo, there's this just simple awareness that transformation comes once the internal preparation for it is engaged, okay, in. And so you're recognizing with clarity here, not even to the point of thinking through it and then having the clarity, but you're admitting the clarity to yourself of what has been. I'm here, your isolated reality. Whatever it has been that has compelled you, called upon you, okay, to seek more. You're now, it's like the bug, okay, buzzing in your ear. You're like, oh, I get it. Okay, you're there. I need to do something about this. I can no longer, right, pretend that the mosquito isn't catching my attention. And so you're taking your time. You are taking your time on your own terms, okay? This is a very, very, it's a private energy, it's a personal energy, right? It's like that feeling of like down by the lakeside, right? Going like out for a walk, see you later, okay? And, right? You are it's you, yourself, and you in this space of, right, preparing for this transformational sort of birth, as I'm feeling it for you. This transformation of spirit, I'm getting of spirit. Now, I'm hearing not once all is said and done. I'm hearing all is said and done. Before you recognize that, and before you stand, I'm hearing on that stage of profession. What do I mean? There is, yet again, whatever this transformation is, it's not surprising. It's not, you're not taken off guard, okay, by it. You've known that this was coming. You've known it. You've expected it in a certain way. You've understood it as well. But it's just this moment of how you perceive the reality that's been. And I see that there has perhaps been a lot of thinking about it, a lot of thinking, staying up at night, right? Like thinking. 2 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords, all in reverse in your theme. The Ace of Pentacles right beneath with the Ace, with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, right beneath with the World right beneath. Very interesting. Okay, so, right, new beginnings. And it all has to do with our perception of it. That is when it all begins. Nothing changes, Amir. Nothing changes. It's just a matter of how we shift our energetic awareness of the constancies, of the constant variables, I'm hearing, around us. Now, driving forward, you're making progress, but a large part of it is understanding, again, your relationship to things, to places, to people, and how you're personal philosophies, your psychology of change and transformation, right, sets your tone for the interactions that you participate in with others. So it's almost as if the way that you interact with people is under review, is changing as you side more and more with this, I'm hearing this personal philosophy. So you're thinking, Virgo, it's like, if I'm making this change, right? If I'm standing, I'm hearing in resonance, in admittance, I have to understand who steps through that portal with me and what remains, I'm hearing at the footbed of it, at the threshold of it. I'm hearing inspiring for change, inspiring for change. You're saying, Virgo, I'm not waiting for anyone, okay, to come with me. Because I understand that this transformation is my own, and I've got to hold my own to support the very portal that I move through to create my reality. And who comes with me, right, is in resonance. And who and what is not, I'm hearing I sacrifice. I sacrifice, however you take it. And I'm feeling this sort of burning, tingling sensation in between my thumb and my pointer finger on my right hand. So whatever this may mean to you, may mean to you. Okay, some sort of rhyming here. Rhyming, perhaps something to do with a song, with songwriting for a number of you. I'm getting that, and specifically writing though, writing. Now, okay, let me tune in. Virgo, there is the understanding that eventually, okay, others, okay, follow suit. In a way, they follow your lead. It's not, right, who I lead into this new beginning with me. That's not your primary focus. It's how, yet again, I simply acknowledge this next chapter in my life. And I know that, right, just because I'm concentrating on my own, as I, right, admit myself through the gateway of change, it doesn't mean that I'm hearing all is said and done. It just doesn't mean that all is lost and I'm hearing in the ether, okay? Now, I'm getting a focus on emotions here, emotions, and the unspoken word, okay, it's almost like a feeling of, I'm hearing all is said and done, something about all is said and done, the words that were left unspoken, okay? The recognition is that it's just not time, perhaps, right? It's like this, Virgo, right? It's like you've tried to get a hold of someone for so long, right? Maybe months and months and months, or days and weeks, or however long, right? Even hours. Right? Phone call after phone call after phone call, trying to get a hold of them. I've got my ticket. I'm leaving. I'm taking this train up north to the mountainside. Are you coming with me? I can't wait. I can't not take the train. I'm taking the train. I'm hearing this pilgrimage, this journey forward. I'd love it if you could come, right? But you're not picking up my call. And that doesn't mean that I'm not going to pick up mine. For my higher self. For a number of you, I'm feeling this. My priority, my objective, right, is to make forward motion and movement. And to do that, I'm hearing soldier salute. I've got to, I'm hearing completely isolate disturbances to that frequency that holds me in line with my, I'm hearing it again, my higher self. And it's the recognition that, okay, I'm feeling tingling in my right hand pinky and my thumb here, right to my wrist, whatever this may mean to you, with the right hand specifically, all right? Whatever that may mean to you, and then it may have to do with writing. Yet again, I'm getting this focus on writing, the unspoken word, whatever, right? It's like, whatever this means, okay, to the world that I stood in relation to just before I make this change. I'm abiding by that reality because it means me following my truth. And eventually, right, one day, right, you may find my call, and you may, right, realize that I've been asking you to stay all along. There's an emotionalism to it, Virgo, very much so, okay, that I'm hearing, and that's understandable, and it has to do perhaps with an individual who has a lot of water in their chart, Son of Cups, okay, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, someone who's very emotional, very emotional. Now, and I recognize yet again, right, that when it's time, when it's due time, we'll have our place, and we'll recognize that it's home. But the time must surface, okay, surface. So you're not hung up on the fact that others may not be on the same page as you. I'm getting specifically energetically in terms of light, frequency, vibration. You're like, I can no longer remain in suspension of what I've known for far too long. Okay, and as you side with this very personal reality, Virgo, I'm hearing you stand to make a change. You stand to make a change and to release, okay, all that has been, I'm hearing, left behind you as this momentum, I'm hearing this momentum of spirit, right, moves forward. Okay, now, and there's a daring nature here for you, Virgo. There's a daring nature to this transformation you're making. I'm hearing you're making waves. You're making waves. But there's a bravery, right, that comes with the sea, with the exploration of it, with the traversing of those lands that are not, right, earthed, but are constantly in motion, right, fluidity. And it requires of you to flow with that uncertainty because you know where it all, right, even the chaos takes you. The chaos. The cycles, the change, the transformation, right? You're releasing and surrendering to, I'm hearing for you, the wild unknown. Okay, this came through for Gemini. Okay, and that is the name of this deck, by the way. All right, for those of you who may not already know. But what I'm seeing here is that for those of you who resonate with there being an individual of the water element, okay, or one who's very emotional yet again. Very emotional. Someone who's been in your, I'm hearing, in your life, in your midst for a long, long time, okay, in a long, long time. For a long, long time, okay. 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 So lots going on here, Virgo. Lots going on here. Okay, and for a number of you, this individual may be related to matters of finance, or they may have fire energy as well, prominent in their chart. Okay, but they may somehow be related to the financial, the mirror district, the finances, and they may actually be, they're mirroring the Father of Wands. Okay, and very interesting, the Father of Wands and the Eight of Cups in reverse are mirroring the Son of Cups and the Three of Wands. So there's transformation, okay, that I'm hearing sides with spirit, that begins in the etheric realm and the perception of the change we seek to make. And this individual, okay, this individual, and I'm feeling that this is not you, I'm feeling this is not you, Father of Wands. Okay, I'm feeling that this is connected to the Father of Cups and the Son of Cups. So yet again, someone with a lot of fire in their chart, someone with a lot of water in their chart, who you have known for a long, long, long time, is very emotional, very, very emotional. Somebody who is very creative, but there's a question of how are they channeling that creative energy, how are they channeling that fire. There's a very strong front, I'm hearing front. And I'm hearing capacity for closure. So okay, but this individual understands that whatever transformation you're undertaking is hearing not to be played with and not to be known, that it's a very personal one to you. They understand that in a way it's up to you to move through it, but their part in it, they understand they must come to terms with on their own terms, okay, on their own terms. There's a divisitory sort of energy, right, where they're looking in at what's happening with you, okay, they're definitely, their attention is on what you're going through, but they're almost at the outskirts from the deep past, okay, and also as I'm seeing it just in the periphery, in the current state, and in the future. But far, I had pushed these two cards far off the spread for you. So there's something that is there's an unknown, I mean, there's a shadow, okay, here, in terms of how they play this part within the context of your very personal transformation. But yet again, you're recognizing, I can't be concerned with that. They'll come, right, around eventually on their own time. Okay, I'm feeling that for a number of you. They'll come around on their own time, as you may be feeling it or thinking it, right? And as I'm getting, they're almost sort of in awe of the capacity that you have for transformation. But they're waiting, yet again, they're waiting for you to go through it. They're waiting for you to go through it. I'm hearing to spin your wheels, to get, to almost invert, okay? And I'm hearing at the end of the line, the resurfacing of passion resides now for a number of you. Now, of course, right, general reading, so it may pertain differently to everybody, but yet again, right, this Father of Cups individual, I'm hearing they don't quite see it yet. They don't quite see it yet. And they understand, though, in a very deep way, that seeing would be a matter, would mean releasing completely the past. And there would need to be a transformation, I'm hearing, of resources, I'm hearing spirituality, and the way that they perceive that, okay, the way that they perceive even time, space, matter, and I'm hearing for a number of you, reproduction, whatever that may mean to you, whatever way that may be meant to you. But it's a question of transformation. Okay, I'm hearing it again, transformation of spirit, spirituality, and I'm hearing spirit guide for you. But there's, so I'm getting that there are two transformations happening. Two, your own and that of another on the periphery, on the sidelines. And for a number of you, it could be your, the two propensities within you, that which is more, there's a question around it. There is a question around it. I'm not feeling that it's so clearly delineated as that which is masculine, that which is feminine, yin yang. I'm feeling that there's a question for a number of you. There are these perhaps two sides. Okay, there's almost perhaps the outer persona. Okay, that which looks in on our internalization of us, and that actual transformation that takes place in a very I'm hearing personally guided manner. So, okay, it's deep, Virgo. It's getting deep here, but I feel that is for a number of you. Okay, there being this sort of outer persona, inner persona, the perceptive body of change, and it's almost like what I'm feeling for you is as if there's this. It's almost like there's this. Imagine like a toll booth. There's a toll booth, and I'm seeing this toll booth just on this expansive land, and almost like a deserted land. Okay, but here stands this toll booth, and it's almost as if there is this sort of this setting up of, it's almost a staged sort of presence. Okay, maybe there are like certain curtains, and I'm hearing philosophy. There's like a philosophical sort of presentation to whatever one recognizes when they pass by the toll booth. It's like, it's conceptual. It's a framework. And it may look like, it's a living sort of practical manifestation, that it's sort of in use. Okay, that there's someone working there. Right? And there may be some sort of caricature drawn on the inside, right? And it looks real, but it is real in a certain way, because this is what I'm feeling for you, Virgo. It's like within the toll booth, what's going on when one looks from the outside in at the toll booth, that that has to do with tolling, or whatever one would think when they would pass by a toll booth, that it would, whatever that would be. That's not what's going on inside of the toll booth. It's almost a sort of Narnia feeling of, I'm hearing the reality of that exchange is, I'm hearing governed by what we cannot see. And so it's almost like there's a door on the floor of that toll booth on the inside that one can't see, one just looking at the outside of it. But that leads somewhere where there is so much happening. It's like almost underground. So it's not that it's not real in a certain way. It's whatever you perceive to be reality. It's not that it's just a figment, I'm hearing, of your imagination, or of the imagination, however it relates to you. It's that it exists in relation to multiple realities that are ongoing, okay? And it's a question of which one you align with. Which one you align with. And this may be a very personal thing, You and yourself. Feeling that you have these two sides to you. Realizing, that it may seem that I play a certain part, that I'm hearing that I serve a, that I service. Okay, there's something about service, and Virgo, you rule service, right? But that I serve, I serve a certain purpose. Okay, I'm hearing that for a number of you. But what is true to me and held deeply within, I've got to come to terms with. And that requires of me to transform the way that I have upheld the structure that, yes, led me to this place of listening closely. But that at the same time, held me at an arm's length distance from it. So you're recognizing this duality. This is yet again for a number of you. If this aligns with, if you resonate with this being, right, referencing you and these propensities within you, right? There is the recognition, Virgo, that, right, this duality has served a certain purpose. Okay, the scaffolding has served a certain purpose, but right, the building that's being built, right, is not defined by the scaffolding. So there's an understanding, I'm hearing specifically, of spirit, and I'm hearing revolution of spirit. So however that resonates with you, Virgo. But right, transformation absolutely is underway, and it speaks in manifestation, stepping into this very creative role, this very dynamic role. It begins with your perception and the release, the final release of the ways in which you have emotionally regarded the state of stagnancy with transformation. There's an underpinning that is emotional here, absolutely, but there's a participatory sort of role as well as how you have channeled those emotions, how you have channeled that emotional reality, okay, as it pertains to your process of manifestation, okay. And as this transformation takes place, Virgo, what I'm feeling for you is, right, it requires of you, as this sort of, right, this, okay, let me say it like this, right, Daughter of Pentacles is just looking over, almost quietly, at this tower. And right, it's like amidst the chaos of this, and whatever this transformation is, it may be sort of prolonged. It may not just be immediate. It may be, right, I'm hearing spaced out over time. There is this solemnness. There's this a quietness. There's this acceptance of the change, and you're remaining unstartled by it, and you're being beckoned to see beyond these changes, to see beyond them, to remember why it is you really actually desire them, and how in a certain way this point of enlightenment actually is what began the process of transformation and this new cycle for you. So there's a wisdom, there's an inner wisdom with whatever this change is that's happening. It's almost like, right, and then you're watching the whole forest, right, it's like trees are falling and there's fire and the tree's on fire and everything, the cabin is just in flames, and you're standing there looking at all of what you've considered to once be your home, have been once yours. Okay, you're recognizing, and it may be emotional. Okay, the emotional story I'm hearing for you. You're recognizing, I've got to let it all. Let it all, let it all, let it all. Run its course. I'm hearing run its due course. Run its due course. And you've been waiting for this. Virgo, you've been waiting for this. Okay, and yet again, I'm not feeling that it's like a surprise. I'm not feeling it's a surprise. Okay. There is the recognition, Virgo, that whatever this changes, whatever this transformation is, and again, it may have to do with an individual who has a lot of Earth in their chart, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, okay, as well, or matters of career, finances. Okay, there is, and perhaps also a Libra may be involved for a number of you, but Now, I will also say these two cards popped out for Gemini. So take it as you will, right? Take it as you will. Definitely appears to be some overlap, okay, as I'm feeling it. But there is major change, Virgo, in the way, not only yet again, not in what actually changes, but the ways in which you contribute to the eternal process of change. How you contribute to, as well, what remains constant in a certain way, as you may have perceived it. What you thought brought you a sense of stability, what you thought was almost clear, what you thought was even, I'm hearing just, right, you're recognizing there's far more to me. And I want to awaken I'm hearing that ingenuity, that adamance with which I started out with which I started out, okay, it's linking back to, I'm getting for a number of you, the deep past as it pertains to Father of Cups. There's something to do with this water energy, then this fire energy, and this emotional story. There's a recognition that I'm hearing standing tall, standing taller. There's a recognition that it's a process, okay? It's a process of regaining our sense of footing and grounding. Yes, and especially that which is emotional. Remembering, I'm hearing thyself. Remembering who we have always been as the individual through this. I'm hearing this conjoinment, this partnership for a number of you. So as whatever falls to the wayside that does, what's left standing, right, is I'm hearing the totem pole. Okay, and the totem pole, there is, right, still the trunk that remains once all the leaves have been burned off, right? And there's a silence to that moment. There's a clarity that just rings, that speaks to you, that speaks to who you are, who you've always been yet again. And this may be speaking to, right, years ago, prior to perhaps this experience with this individual, Father of Cups, that brings you back to a point of remembering, right? Compels you to remember, what were the things that excited me? How did I derive my sense of independence, my sense of security in an independent way? Way back when, right? In the past. And what did I sacrifice for the sake of, I'm hearing partnership, for the sake of, I'm hearing compassion, for the sake of, I'm hearing giving pleasure. Okay, so that's coming through for you again. But right, there's the philosophy of what it means to be one with another. And you're recognizing, Virgo, that to be one, right, there is the merging of two ones, so to speak, however you take it. And to, right, create two ones, each one has to be whole. And it's that pursuit of wholeness that you recognize is now your priority in a very active way. So it's very exciting, Virgo. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I hope that this reading was helpful for you. It's a transformational period, absolutely. And I hope that right, one second, Virgo. I'm hearing for you, calm down, Okay, I'm hearing for you to calm down. So whatever this transformation is, right? The more that you are able to yet again see through it, right? This Daughter of Pentacles, she's looking over at this falling tower, right? This tree on fire, ablaze, in a very sort of composed way. And almost, right, not even concentrating on this Father of Cups who mirrors her. She recognizes, I can't even make contact with you, right? Because I cannot make contact with you, right? Her head is sort of turned. I've got to remain focused on, yes, what, it may be daunting, but I've got to look right at it to see through it, to see it for what it really is. And I can't engage the past in the moment, in the heat of the moment of transformation change. Okay, so thank you so much again, Virgo. And I am compelled to mention that meditation I'm hearing maybe your cause, okay, may help at this time. Right. So thank you so very much again for tuning in, Virgo. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of September as these changes flow through. And I highly recommend you to tune into your rising, ascendant, or moon sign as well, as oftentimes those may provide you with further insights into your situation. For example, I know that I resonate a lot with my moon sign, even more than my sun. Sometimes it depends. So feel free to check those signs out. If you don't know your signs, you can click the link below in the description box, and that will compute them for you. Please note, though, that you must have your exact birth time for your ascendant calculation, ascendant rising sign. You can probably get away with your moon sign with not having an exact birth time, so play around with it and see what you get. Otherwise, I know that some of you have been asking if I do any personal readings, and I do. You can click the link below in the description box that I provide, and that will take you to my website with all of my services there. All right, thank you so very much again. Virgo, have a beautiful day and night whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you soon. Bye.